Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Really confused, don't know why my GF cheated on me with my best friend. Advice. I don't even know how to feel right now. Despite reading so many Reddit posts for so long, I used to feel that when I get into a relationship I would definitely be more cautious. But it looks like fate didn't want it for me. I 26M and my GF 26F, let's call her Sarah, were in a relationship for about 3 years. It all started when we were doing our masters. I used to have a crush on her and through a truth or dare game we ended up making out. Turns out she too had a crush on me, which shocked me since she was the most attractive girl I have ever known. We began hanging out a lot and unsurprisingly she asked me out. We had a lot of fun together. She legit felt like the perfect partner and I don't think I could love anyone more. I am Indian and I was living in London. She is half Indian and half British. Despite being a bit conservative, my parents loved her a lot and my friends used to keep nudging us to get married. After our masters both of us got great jobs. I mean, I did so good during my masters that my starting salary was 6 digits. It was so great to have such a good job and such an amazing girlfriend and group of friends that I felt the luckiest person ever, and I had even planned to propose to Sarah, and the only person who knew this was my mum, who wanted to help me make it the best proposal ever. Now starts the part where everything just ducked up to the core. My best friends, let's call him Ryan, and I have been best friends for almost 8 years. I mean, I legit consider him as my brother. He had a girlfriend, let's call her Tanya. They had been together for 4 years and had also met each other when they were in college. All 4 of us, me, Sarah, Ryan and Tanya, went to the same college for graduation and for masters. One day Sarah and I were chilling in the park. I got a phone call from Tanya saying that she wanted something from my house. Sarah and I were living together at this point. So I went to our house and Tanya was waiting outside my house. I gave her the keys, and while I was there I got a call from my mom who told that my dad had a stroke and I had to rush almost halfway through Europe. I texted Sarah ASAP regarding this and rushed to the train station with a bag. I reached there on time and due to God's grace my dad was well. There was still no response from Sarah, which surprised me a lot. I tried calling her but she won't return my calls. The next day I go to my house with flowers like I usually did when I went home from work. I enter the house and hear someone moaning from the master bedroom. I freeze for 3 seconds. I know what was happening and I walk towards the room and open the door and I see my best friends of 8 years having sex with my girlfriend. I was numbed. I couldn't even comprehend what was happening. They both freeze too after seeing the flowers and my bag fell from my hand. Controlling my emotions, and I ran out of the house and sat in the taxi and asked the driver to just drive away. My mind was still trying to comprehend what had happened, and despite being a strong person on the inside I started crying. The cab driver was a bit of an aged man who was shocked to see my sudden reaction. He stopped the car and, believe it or not, actually comforted me. He didn't exactly hug me but he was patting my shoulder and my back. I ended up going to a pub even though I do not drink. I called over a friend of mine who I had known since school. She came over and picked me up. She drove me to her place. She was newly married and lived with her husband, who was a good friend of mine. I poured my heart out and blessed them for their caring behavior and attitude. They let me sleep on their couch. During all this I was surprised not to receive any calls from Sarah or Ryan, not like I would have picked it up. It just made me feel so low that I had such a horrible GF and best friend who didn't even have the ducking courtesy to call after what they had done. I slept vowing never to even acknowledge them in my life. I wake up at 3 a.m. in the night with around 100 messages from Sarah and Ryan. A million calls from Sarah. I didn't bother about it. I put my phone on silent and went to sleep. I woke up at 9, I called my boss and told him what happened and I need a day off. He was such an amazing boss. He not only gave a week off but he invited me over to his house to talk if I ever needed to. I legit thanked so many times and he said he understands. The phone calls and messages had doubled since I last saw them at 3 a.m. I am still at my friend's house. She too took a day off and consoled to me. I ended up telling her that I was going to propose to Sarah and my plans after. I broke down again and she hugged for a while. She told me that though it is hard, I can't let my emotions overwhelm me because I need to be strong for myself. She even told me that I could take a small mini vacation and that she and her husband have no problem having me at their place for as long as it is required. She got a call from her office and she told me that she had to leave due to a sudden emergency at the office. After she left, I opened my laptop and here I am writing about my heartbreak. Reddit, you guys have helped so many people and helped heal their heart. Please help me. Any advice is appreciated, and if you feel I have done anything wrong, do let me know. I really hope for the best. Edit, many people were wondering how my boss ended up giving me a week off. I told him about my father's stroke and the infidelity. He had a past too, so he gave me time. Edit 2, I wanted to clear a few things. I am being judged on my comments made on posts on Reddit saying I am making it up. Guys, please, I need help. I was cheated on in my previous relationship too, but it was easy to move on since I was in college. Please stop wasting your time on this if you don't want to help. Edit 3, Tanya called back. I will be meeting her today in the morning. Hope she is doing okay. Normally I'd take a middle of the road kind of approach, but please never talk to these two again and force them to live with their guilt. I hope that Tanya, the other GF, knows now. I did text Tanya regarding this. She hasn't responded to me yet. But I will definitely tell her about this. Good job op, keep us posted. I'm sorry this has happened to you. You will hear a lot of advice about this, so I just want to stress one thing: stay strong and firm. This is not something to gloss over. Please, never allow them in your life again. And tell the truth if anyone asks. They're just bad people, and you are lucky and will eventually be happy to not have these losers in your life. Be glad you know now rather than later. Good luck. Keep your head up. Remember, this is your life. Start rediscovering yourself. This may only be the beginning of the best years. And if that sounds corny or cliche, it's because it's true. Since you took the first step and told someone else what was going on, you should go ahead and tell everyone: your parents, her parents, your mutual friends. This will set you free, and you will be able to calm down a bit. Take a few days off to calm down, eliminate your friend from your life, after which you will be able to calmly decide what you want to do. I know what I would do, but you have to do what you think is best for you. Wow man. My heart aches when I read you. Double betrayal is the worst of betrayals. You should honestly listen to your friend. You have to have a calm mind. Don't be swayed by any calls or texts. Do not respond until you are safe and with the support of family and friends. Don't try to meet your ex-girlfriend alone. If you decide to talk to her, always have someone with you. You must protect yourself. Let your family know what has happened. Your ex-girlfriend and your ex-best friend, call them that from now on, are no longer part of your life. Neither of them loves or respects you. Tell his girlfriend what happened. Don't let them accuse you of anything. Be strong, bro. You can do it. THQ for such positivity. I need a lot of time before I will talk to them. I was ready to spend my life with this woman, and she doing this is really crushing my heart. I understand you, bro. We were all in your shoes. But be grateful that you did not get married, that you did not have children, that you did not have debts or a mortgage to pay. You, beyond the pain, were lucky, although you cannot see it now, compared to others betrayed. Obviously the image you have is terrible. But with therapy and knowing that none of this is your fault, you are going to get ahead. I believe in you. You are worth it. I can't tell how much your words give me hope for my future. Thank you so much. Here it is. Sorry, long post on mobile. Advice. My story is long. It's also old. Anyone who feels the need to attack me, please save it. I don't need to be called stupid, weak, or anything like that because I already know it. Starts out with me doing wrong. He searched my device and saw that I had been on porn sites. Something I had never done before. But this is why I did it. He was having trouble in the bedroom and I felt like it was me. I thought maybe I could try new things for him to please him there. Within the first 10 minutes of his confrontation with me I admitted to it and told him why. He said it was the same as cheating, which I guess I now agree with, although it was not my intention and I wasn't doing what other people do when they go to those sites. It was more educational. I know how that sounds, but it's true. About 4 months later he started leaving. We worked opposite shifts at the same place. So when he came home I went in. But he was only coming home to shower and leave. The first time it happened I knew, but he stayed out until after I got home. I got home at nearly midnight. Then he started doing it every day. And not even telling me. I found out because my kids told me. Doing this was out of character. In the 14 years we'd been together he had literally never done this. So it was then that my eyes were opened. Less than a month later he left me. But he didn't actually leave. He was staying in our front yard in an unused apartment. And he told me he didn't love me anymore. And continued to go out all the time and sometimes stay out all night. I finally started going through his Facebook. I knew there was a woman. He'd go from not loving me, to loving me but not feeling it. Then there was the famous working on myself. I found messages from a woman we both know. They were just emojis. Seemingly random. Unread. But I felt like he knew the meaning behind them. Like maybe they were code. Regardless, he had no business even being friends with her. He had once said he would F the SHT out to her. And she knew we were together and had 4 kids together. She was married and has a son. He says he didn't even know they were friends. BS. You have to either send or accept request. I'm not that stupid. Things go back and forth and are really bad for months. He said I gave him too much credit when I said she was the one. Like WTF? Customers told me she was down there all morning talking to him while scratching lottery tickets. Now like I said, we both knew her. She used to come in on my shift all the time and would even stand there and talk to me. So when the customer told me this I thought they must be confused. CKAP, never before had bought tickets. Never. But when I asked, he confirmed. But he said she wasn't talking to him. Just other customers or our boss. She hadn't been in on my shift for quite some time. I put this together when he confirmed she was going on his. I also started to recall having gone to the store at least twice and finding her coming out when I pulled in. And guess what? She was the only person there. To make my story shorter I need to leave a lot of smaller details out. But her father-in-law came in one night. I had never met this man, or her husband. I live in a small town. Everyone knows about everyone. But he told my co-worker that she and his son had split and that she'd been seeing the guy that works here and called WS by name. He says it's my boss she was seeing and that the whole town, including her Phil, were using him to cover their affair. We had a conversation about my gut telling me that he was doing something and he said he was sorry. I asked him how far it went. He says they just talked on the last day he worked, literally days before Christmas. About what? I was very emotional and reacted badly. He said nothing. Then he changed it to I left you. It's none of your business. Eventually he said it was about their relationships. Now 3 years later he says he never said they talked at all. I know he's not doing anything now. He literally can't be. But I stayed, and now I'm paying the price. I already know all the things that some people will say. But I need validation that even without an admission of guilt that I am not crazy. 17 years with this man is nearly half my life. I didn't want to let him go. I am stupid. I am weak. I am so far into a deep depression triggered by a damn dream that I have to find a therapist in the midst of this COVID crap. Him calling out your porn use was just an excuse he used to cover up his deceptive behavior. He was already contacting the affair partner. He projected his cheating behaviors onto you and was pulling straws. You can't change your past, but you always have control of your future. Decide what kind of future you want and what gets you happiness and seek it out. Read a couple books to help. Why does he do that? And the body keeps the score. It's time to take charge of your life and seek out the true happiness you deserve. I'm so sorry, sis. Gently, sounds like your husband has been unkind to you predating the affair. He was having TRBL in the BDRMBC. He was already sleeping W/AP. Then he projected his behavior onto you and used a porn use that was strictly for his benefit as a way to excuse himself for cheating. You did not cheat on him. How do you know he's not doing anything right now? You rug swept the entire affair. Who ended the affair and why? Are you with him 24/7? Have open access to his phone and all his social media accounts? Have you searched to see if he has a burner phone? He's not even remorseful. He's not a safe partner for you. A lot of PPS stay in bad marriages out of fear and the sunk cost fallacy, so I understand. But what you must understand is you're sentencing yourself to hell. You should be excited for future happiness. When's the last time you've been happy in the marriage? It's great that you're starting therapy. You need to start the 180 immediately. https://beingabeautifulmess.wordpress.com/the180/ please promise me you'll go to this link and read through it. Then start it. You can't control him, and you can't change the past, but you have total control over your future and whether you want to stay in this awful holding pattern or seek happiness. Good luck to you. Keep posting. Don't think anyone is going to attack you up. Honestly, I'm a little lost on this one. It was clear he was cheating, and if he considers watching adult content as cheating, I would think that's a talk that happens early in the relationship. If not, it seems a bit much to outright accuse you up front. Granted, you only have so much evidence, but if a whole area is covering for them, I would bet on at least TA and likely PA if he has to leave so often. Not saying this to increase your paranoia. Your therapist will likely have some helpful advice. Personally, I think it was admitted when he said, "I left you, none your business." From other reconciliation stories I have heard, it has taken 4 to 5 years of BS to feel any sense of normalcy again. Whatever you choose to do, I wish you the best op. What you have to do is to start thinking more about yourself and your children. I don't think you want your kids to learn that it's okay to live a miserable life. You don't deserve any of this. Unfortunately, you took the hard way. But you must have the strength to start thinking about the present and the future. There is no use blaming yourself for decisions that you thought were correct at the time. What is worth it is to focus on the decisions that you are going to make now, keeping in mind that you must be selfish, for you and your children. While you are looking for therapy, there is a lot of material online that can help you. By the way, watching porn to want to do those things for your partner is not cheating. Good luck. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.